Here is a common method used to find the proper width for your horse stance. Stand at attention with the feet together. Separate the toes 45 degrees, heels together forming a V. Bring the knees and the toes inward. Invert the heels and point the toes 45 degrees. Adjust so that the feet are parallel, then sit. Once you are comfortable with this method and have gauged the proper distance, try simply stepping out with the left leg into horse stance. Repeat this process as much as needed. The first posture in our training form is horse stance. It is accompanied by the inside palm block and dragon punch. We will train these techniques independently, then combine what we have learned. First, let's look at the dragon punch. This is a powerful hand strike that is trained by keeping the hand in a chambered position, then unleashing it in a corkscrew-like manner, either to the front or to the side. Most of the time, this technique is practiced in a forward-facing position with the strikes from either hand aimed at one central target along the center line. However, for the purposes of this training form, we recommend practicing deploying the strike from either side. The inside palm block. The first blocking concept that we will cover is the inside palm block. This is executed with the hands open and the fingers and thumbs together. This technique is used in conjunction with the waist to guide or redirect an incoming strike from a vital area along the center line. This technique may be practiced at varying heights, at the waist, at the chest, or at the head. Let us now combine the inside palm block and dragon punch together. Start the technique slowly and then gradually increase your speed and power. Direct your focus and exhale through the strike. Let us now incorporate what we have just learned. Step out into horse stance, block, and punch. We will alternate the strikes going from left to right. Please follow along with the video. Switch sides. Remember to look in the direction of the strike. Sit low and hold for as long as possible, breathing normally, and inhale before changing directions. Switch. Keep your attention focused on the extended fist, thighs parallel to the ground. Switch. You can pause the video and continue training horse stance on your own or proceed to the next stance. The next technique that we will look at is the bow stance. It is accompanied by the rising block and the uppercut. As before, we will explore these techniques independently and then combine them. A simple method for bow stance is to sit in horse stance and pivot the toes 45 degrees, making sure that your chest is facing the same direction as your knees. Once you are stable, return to horse stance and repeat the process on the other side. Rising block. This technique is primarily used to protect the head from incoming attacks from above or to quickly parry linear strikes upwards, thus creating an opening in your opponent's defense. The forearms are used to receive and deflect such attacks in this method of blocking. It is highly recommended that all blocks be practiced in horse stance with several sets of repetitions on each hand. The student should also practice blocking from their fighting stance, which is the 9th posture in this set, also known as 3 powers. Here is a brief demonstration of the rising block executed from horse stance. Please follow along and then pause the video and practice on your own. The uppercut is a strike that can do a lot of damage to your opponent if executed properly. To develop power initially, keep your hands chambered by your waist while remaining in horse stance, and from the chambered position, thrust your fist upwards, stopping at the chin level. As before with the rising block, it is always a good idea to practice all striking and blocking techniques from fighting stance. Movement number 2, bow stance, rising block, and uppercut. Now, combine what you have just learned and employ it while shifting into bow stance. The rising block and the uppercut should be done simultaneously while rotating the torso in the direction of the strike and clenching the arms and the torso at the end of the strike. Remember to exhale through the movement and then breathe normally while holding the finished position for as long as possible, taking 3 to 5 comfortable breaths. You can also practice this posture doing a series of repetitions from side to side. Now let's focus on speed and power. Breathe through the strike, then hold the position and breathe normally. Focus your eyes on the fist. Switch sides. When transitioning from side to side, try to remain at the same level and not bob up and down too much. Switch sides. It is best to choose a height that you're comfortable with rather than starting low and finishing tall. Once again, switch sides. You may pause this training and continue to practice the second posture on your own, or proceed to the next instruction.